it's very much important that you have the right kind of local partners, because we knew we wanted participants from different sectors. We knew we wanted someone from furniture and fashion. We knew we wanted something for the visual and digital. And so what we did was that we had these local partners in Aarhus, and they had their network of their own. They had channels of communication and stuff like that. So when we needed to make this open call and to recruit the relevant participants for the pitching competition, we kind of outsourced it. We discussed it with them and agreed what we were looking for, but we in a way outsourced it to them, and they kind of used their network and their channels to distribute this open call. And if they had someone they really liked, then maybe even sent them an email directly on poke them on the shoulder. And so that was kind of the way we were recruiting them. And I think in this year it's going to be slightly different, mainly because of the COVID-19 situation. So we're not making that much of an open call where everyone can apply, and we're maybe contacting people a little bit more directly, because it's just, it's a different situation now. Hopefully it won't be like that forever, because it really has its merits. I think that it has this democratic, that everyone that wants to be a part of it has the opportunity to do so and can apply to be. Partners were kind of contacting and being in connection with the local businesses, and then they were also kind of choosing, and then when we were kind of choosing. The way we're doing it now for this year is that all of our local partners are again recruiting participants, and they have to choose 3. One that are kind of safe and that goes into the competition, and then they point to 2 others, and then we will decide out of the remaining if there can be a second one from that country. And the reason why we're doing that is simply to ensure that when we have the pitching competition, that everyone is that we have a broad representation, that we have someone from all these different sectors. If we allow all the local partners to decide everyone, they won't know who the other local partners are deciding, and then we won't have this broader representation that we really like in the pitching competition. That's the reason we're doing it like that now. And then also a very important aspect is this sustainability angle. One of the things we maybe learned from last time is that even though the companies that came and participated were really motivated and they are prepared and were ready to be there, with some of them the sustainability angle and this special focus on the sustainable development goals that we had picked for the project was not as strong as it was with others. And I think it's a very important consideration if you have picked this special focus, that you actually go through with it, that it's not a half-hearted thing, but that when you are picking your participants, you are ensuring that they are actually working with this actively and in a strong way, and will spend even more energy and are spending more energy in ensuring this year. So of course, to get people to apply and to get people to come, they need to see what they'll get out of it, because they are, as I was talking a bit before as well, they're young companies, their time is limited, their resources are limited, so they really need to see that they're getting something out of this, that they have a concrete output. And one of the things that we're really emphasizing in our communication is this networking element, that you are meeting real people, you are getting the opportunity to collaborate with real people, that new connections are happening and kind of being brought into existence by this project. And I think that really resonates with people. And then of course, when we've chosen the sustainability angle, that's also something that people are really focusing on more and more and more interested in, and it's kind of, we finally realized, maybe a bit too late, that this is a crucial thing, and both the creative sector and the business sector needs to work with it actively. So I think that's also it's not a hook because we mean it seriously, but in a way it also works as a hook. We're doing the same prize this year as last year, and again it is based on the fact that we got quite a nice feedback on it. Linda, our winner, was very happy to win that prize, and the reason we've picked up the prize is this participation in the international conference called Zona Plus D that's taking place in the summer in Barcelona. And the prime consideration around this prize was the fact that it should kind of be in line with what our project is about. So if our project is about internationalization and about creativity, then of course the prize should also reflect that and should be able to kind of be a natural continuation of the project that we're doing. And that's why we chose this conference, because it plays into many of the same areas, and it makes sense. If you're interested in being a part of our project, then you'll also be interested in the prize. In many ways, we did it in the same way that we did with the pitching participants. And again, that when you were registering to be a part of this, you could kind of register as either audience or pitcher. And it was, again, our local partners that were very much communicating this in their networks and in their communication channels. So in a way, it was very similar to how we found the pitches. The issue we had last time was that our venue, in a way, was a bit too small. That we didn't have enough space for as many audience members as we would like. And of course, this year it'll be even worse because we won't have an audience, a live audience, because of COVID-19. What we'll do instead is that we'll live stream the event, which has this great advantage that we're not limited by the venue, that we can actually reach as many people as was interested in it. Because we kind of had to make a guest list and limit the audience participants simply because our venue is not big enough. And I think often people are afraid, and it's a rational fear, that not enough people will come and you'll have this kind of empty room. But a great feeling for this project was the fact that was really not the case. We were very much filling out the room. I think what works well is that you have these networks that you can draw on, that you have, that you're going through channels that the people you're wanting to reach are already using. Like we added it to some of the local partners' newsletters, and it was newsletters that people have signed up for, and we know that they go out to people who are already interested in some of these subjects. So the fact that you're not just kind of yelling it from a street corner or putting on your own Facebook page if you're not used to doing projects like this, but you're going through networks that are existing and where people are already kind of engaged in some of the same topics. And it kind of makes sense. Like we have a project where we want to strengthen networks, and one of the reasons why we want to do this is because it works. So when we're recruiting people, we are actively using the networks that are already there. Because it's a thing that works.